Welcome back to the 25th Annual Quarry Park Open. I'm Ian Anderson, again joined by England's own Richard Hatton, and we are back out at this beautiful piece of property that Derek Robbins has provided for everybody in the country. I love it, man.
It's a beautiful place to play, and it's right in the heart of the country, so we all get to benefit from it. And yeah, as I said before, it's the reason so many of us are in the sport now.
For sure. That was our lead card going into round 3. Tony Ferro leading the crew.
So not knowing Tony, Tony is an American, one of your own, from Las Vegas originally, I think, but now lives in Switzerland with his wife, who he met out in Thailand many years ago. But he's been in Europe since 2008, 7. I think I met him at the Dutch Open many years ago, back about then, in his breakout on the European Tour. And he's just got better and better as he goes.
There's Tony. That's fine, right?
He's a good player, Tony. 1,000 rated player, Innova sponsored.
Nice. Blythe?
The Icelandic.
He's hanging out with Tony.
Kid. Yeah, hole 1 here is very blustery conditions again. Anywhere near those 2 trees, the goalpost trees, you're in a pretty good spot.
And this is Michael?
Manny Freysson, I think I'm just about saying it right. One of Blythe's teammates, Icelandic kid again.
Oh, okay.
Tall, skinny, very, very far-throwing, good player. And this is Josh Birmingham, who is another one of your countrymen, but we've stolen him. So again, another one that's moved for marriage. He's living in London now. A lovely guy from Alabama originally, I think. I might be wrong with that.
He's got a very English name. I figured he was one of yours.
Yeah, it should be. I'm just down the road from Birmingham.
Yeah.
And that last up.
Whoa, this is a smash.
That is Maxime Tanghe. He is Belgian. Well, I want to say kid because I've known him since he was about 10 years old. He throws a country mile. It's just a very, very long way. Lovely, lovely guy. Very, very animate and passionate about the sport. And he's funny when he's on a card. He makes me laugh all the time.
Awesome. There's Blythe getting up there pretty close. Might have wanted to be a little closer, but that should work for a 3. And Tony, this is pretty ideal.
Yeah, that's really a good position to be in. If you're playing the layout, that's where you want to be. Mikhail went for more of an aggressive line, trying to get down that line. But Tony, that's normally where people go for these days that have played the course a lot, because you'll come out better in general.
Sure. Mikhail is pretty solid. And where did Max end up here?
I think we missed him. Maxime plays incredibly fast. He is the fastest player I've ever seen. You don't even know he started, so we will miss a few of his shots on the round, I'm afraid. He went for the big highs around the back, and you'll see his disc tombstoned in the... So he went out over the road, and he's tombstoned it to the left there somewhere, I think. But yes, there will be a few that we miss with Maxime. He just... Yeah, someone would be throwing, he'd be running down the tee pad already.
Fair enough, man. They will get you.
Yes.
Tony with a nice birdie. Blyer missed his putt, though, for his 3.
Early round jitters.
There you go. Mikhail, see if he can get it.
Not sure how many times Mikhail's been on camera before, and I think he may have been feeling the nerves in this round a bit. There's the tombstone from Maxime. It probably...
Is that his
that was second shot? Yeah, it probably went into orbit to get around the back there. He's had many battles with Simon Lizotte before Lizotte came over to the States. So there were some really good battles. There's some, I think you've got an old Central Coast video of Maxime on the Dutch Open.
No way.
Yeah, playing with Simon.
Oh, with LCGM8 probably?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. Oh, that's really cool. Checking out our scores, though. Got 3 birdies. Looks like Tony's still leading the crew as we head into 2.
So yeah, as I said before, one of the easiest holes on the course, but it is starting to get tougher as that almost tunnel grows up halfway down, and then this green is getting so guarded. The play really is it's a righty backhand hyzer, but you want to go longer those bushes. Don't want to get caught up in them. If you get into there, you're in trouble. But if you go too straight, you get into these trees on the right. That's a bit bush, I'm afraid. Might punch through if he's lucky.
No?
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
it pops out. Yeah, that will be good. If he was the other side of the bushes, it's almost impossible to pick that 2 up.
Mikhail?
That's the sort of line you want. Just over the top of the bushes, that will drop down. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Must have been close.
Beautifully done.
That's about perfect way of playing the hole.
Maxime?
Who I would suspect is throwing a putter there. He throws a lot of putters. Yeah,
really?
Some of the holes he threw putters on, I just, couldn't not believe it. He is a big throwing player.
Blyer going over the
That's a
top
good
here.
line. If you can get the height there.
Big floaty shot.
Too far.
I think it's long.
Blythe bubbles.
Yeah. It's a nice place to be at the back there because you're open for coming back.
Not true, huh? Josh?
So Josh is a funny one. We weren't expecting to see Josh on the top card here. He played many years ago, and then since he's come back to the UK, he's just started playing a hell of a lot. And he's very, very solid. He just does a lot right. Don't really know how else to describe it. He just doesn't make many mistakes. He's so saying he misses a putt he probably should have made, but he's a good one to watch, Josh, because he just plays it sensibly, plays it well.
Nice.
Tony anywhere inside the circle you're expecting him to put him in. Very good putter.
And that he did. And Mikhail should make this one.
Should, but
Oh no! Oh no!
I saw that in round 1 from Noah. Almost the same spot.
Yeah.
It's this basket.
That was in the bottom of the basket for a second, I swear.
European disc catchers, they're not the same as American disc catchers. They're single ringed instead of double ringed. So there's only one ring holding all the chains, and so you get these weird cut throughs on them. Yeah,
Really?
Different.
That's actually a thing.
Yeah, it actually is. They, yeah, no one believed me for a long time. I started taking photos of it, saying, "No, it really is a thing." Honestly,
You're a conspiracy theorist, a disc golf conspiracy
they can
theorist.
prove it. Here's one. There's another. But,
That's too good. We're on to hole 3. A good forehand hole,
perfect forehand.
but a tough backhand one.
It's there's a very easy way of playing it safe on the backhand, going for the mid-range or putter down to just where we've flown over, and then having a longer run putt, sort of jump putt range. If you go further than that, you start to risk the OB fence on the left.
No.
That's a bit low for the forehand, but it's safe enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the way down the left-hand side, it's out of bounds. That's looking very good.
That probably was a putter, wasn't it?
It could well have been. It might have been his zone, I think. That he somehow managed to turn over. He's got a yellow zone.
Wow. Ooh, pro shank out of there from Mikhail. That's going to be a tough
He
par
was going
save.
for a roller, I believe. Yeah.
Was he really?
That's his backhand roller
Wow.
disc. It's
Oh, damn.
very, very flippy, and it don't know
Ooh.
how he managed to get on its end, but he does.
And Blythe, that's going to be a tough par as well.
Now,
Josh?
that looks good. That's a backhand driver. Oh, I remember the shot.
The number of ace runs are just
I
ridiculous.
was certain that one was in.
That was in? Cheers.
You'd hear us at the background there. I was desperately trying not to shout out loud, but there was a small crowd there watching, and they were going crazy for that one from Josh. He's a bit of a home fan
Rightfully
favourite.
so. Mikhail looking to save the par with a good forehand up.
Ooh, a bit long. It slopes away there. When you
Yeah.
get to the basket, there's a slope going down towards the stream, which is now actually a duck pond down there, which is very nice. It's been made just in the last couple of weeks. This is a tough place for Blair here. There is a line through these trees, but it is tiny. But of course he found it.
And almost made it. Hopefully it didn't skip out too far. Maxime looking for the 2. Huh. He's got an interesting putt.
Just everything about it.
Very little legs.
Yeah, I think it's from playing as a kid, so he's been playing. His father, Jean-Louis, has been a big part of Belgian disc golf since, well, forever, and so he's grown up playing. And you sometimes see that with those younger players that have grown up playing. They have just different ways of doing things.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they've always worked with.
Definitely.
But it works for him.
That it did. That was a great putt. Oh.
Airball from Josh.
Yeah. Great drive wasted there, unfortunately. Tony saving par. And looks like we'll have some bogey and par drop-ins here. I still they'll both be par one, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. Well,
Oh, no.
Josh's, it was almost in, so it's a great shame he doesn't put that two
Yeah.
up. 'Cause
Although I think Mikhail might have taken a bogey there. Yeah, he did. Maxime, though, with a really nice birdie, getting a stroke on the card, and he is getting in the mix for second and third there. Tony sitting on a 5-stroke lead, though, as we look at 4.
which again shouldn't normally be being played. Unfortunately, due to the floods, it's been put in here, but it was always on the old course many years ago. Longer basket position actually on the old course. It's now the driving range, the other side of that. But it's a fun little hole to do this at.
Well done.
It's quite uphill. It's much more uphill than it looks, and it's tight, and it's testing a skill. I always love coming to
Definitely
it.
is.
But it's a must get to, really.
Tony putting it a little bit long, but should be able to make that comebacker. Who we got coming up here? Looks like Blythe. Is that going to flip enough?
Oh, he's just caught a tree.
Oh, man. Looked like it was just about to turn, too. Josh?
Yeah, that works. Skip up a bit.
Yeah, that should play.
It's one place on the course you actually get some skips up that uphill slope. It's about the only place.
Maxime? Or sorry,
It's Mikhail.
Mikhail. Getting it pretty close. Might have wanted to be a little closer, though.
Probably 8-9 meters, I'd say, is away. Inside the circle.
Blythe. Get this one, buddy. Yeah.
That's a
No
good
doubter.
15-meter uphill putt to make that. That's when you know you're there to play.
Yep. And he not like he just snuck it over the chains either. That one had some height on it. He's looking to chase Tony down. And Mikhail for his 2.
Oh.
Ah.
That spit out on 2 seems to have got to him in the last couple of holes because that was brutally unfair, that spit out or spit through. That one.
Yeah, it was.
That one was a bit more Amoside, but
Yes, it was. Yeah. He putts with a lot of hyzer, which personally not a huge fan of. I'm more of a flat putt kind of.
yes, I think it creates more chances of sticking, going flat.
Right? Yeah.
Hyzer putts.
Yeah, more.
Always a bit wary of. Too much going on.
Yeah, slicing through or fading out early. Yeah. Maxime with a great 2.
Back-to-back
And
2s
Mikhail.
for him.
Yeah, really well done. That is a par for him, which I'm sure is disappointing. As you mentioned, this is a 2-hole.
And he's the only par on the
As you
card.
can see.
Yeah.
He is. So it looks like Tony still holding on to 5 strokes. The rest of the gang going to try and chase him down as we head into 5.
Helensmeyer.
A thumb roll.
The thumb hole, indeed, yeah. This is the way the drones go in the direct line. That's how I've started playing it recently. Just the straight at it with a mid-range, or even a putter for some of these guys. A lot of them you can see play the hyzer route round the back. There's just 2 trees. Oh, Tony's gone a tight hyzer line, okay. There's 2 trees just outside of where he's gone there that tend to grab a lot of the hyzers now. And they're growing up to a point where, if you're Blythe, you go straight over the top of them. But for most of us mere
And then
mortals,
tell it to go left. Oh,
he almost hit me.
Almost killed you.
I missed it totally, and there it is. It hit the land right in front of me. As I was trying to film that, and I couldn't see it. Oh, there it is.
Red discs are like invisible. I swear.
Is that what it is? Because I kept on missing some.
Yeah, red, black, and purple. Just in dark blue, I just give up. Just a point where I think there probably are. Mikhail
Bit high.
looks to be a little sawed off, maybe.
So it's going to be hunting the OB there. Unless he's got lucky. This is out of bounds all the way up that left-hand side behind that bush. As you get onto the farmer's field to the left there.
Gotcha. Blythe?
It's a good spot.
Is this the farthest out drive?
Yeah, actually.
Wow.
Fair point.
Well done, but other than that putt, Mikhail? Oh, that's wasn't bad at all.
I just need to give a shout out to Maxime on this hole. In the second round, I was filming a bit for Facebook Live, right behind the basket. He threw his zone and splashed out of the chains, just dead in the heart of it. And how it didn't stick, I don't know. So yes, need to give him some love. Especially after that, I need to give him some love. That should have been a turkey.
Oh man, it should have. Opportunity missed there. Josh, though, not missing
Josh
his.
has played the absolute classic way of playing this hole. That highs around there to the foot of the little bank there, and then put the putt in.
It worked. Tony? I believe that's a 2 for him.
Just doing Tony things. He's a quiet player. Not on the course. He's a very talkative player, but just a quiet scorer. If you know what I mean. One of these accumulators that you don't really realise quite how well he's scoring. And then suddenly he's 10 shots ahead of you.
Yeah, when I film Macbeth, that always happens. I'm like, like how'd he go? I'm like, all right. He's like, oh, he shot a course record.
Oh.
Oh, he did? Yeah.
Yeah, you see the spectacular out of Blythe, and then Tony's just birdie, birdie, birdie.
Birdie.
Where did that come from?
Hole 6. A tough
It
one.
is. So there's the two routes. You can go to the right of that big tree, or you can take the Tony route there straight at it, which, again, I've started to play that more with a mid-range on the top route. Just trying to control it up there, give yourself a putt. There's out of bounds to the farmer's field to the left, which gets a lot of people, and the drop zone's not fun here.
Oh,
The
I
other
bet.
risk of that is, looks like Josh is trying to go to the right-hand side of the tree. If you turn that over too much, so he's hit the tree, but if you turn it over too much, it keeps on going because it slopes way down to a stream, which is down to another fairway, and it's out of bounds to the right of. And yeah, it's when the winds are up, this hole is very tough. In still conditions, it's lovely. The wind's there.
Was that a disc coming at us?
Could well have been.
Did I see that?
Our backs are there to hole 50. Wow.
Oh, okay.
How did he get through?
Man.
I thought he hit the trees.
Straight at it seems like the play, though, man.
Oh my God.
There seems like a lot of trouble you can get yourself into taking that flex route.
Yeah, the straight route is very dangerous as well because the out of bounds. If you go with a driver on the straight top route, you really are struggling not to go over the fence.
Okay.
So you're pushing a putter or a mid-range. I think Maxime was going with a putter up the top route was his plan there. I think. I could be wrong. That might have been a drive along.
Nice up from Mikhail. Maxime. Oh my goodness.
Hunting it. And that's
Wow.
that's steep uphill as well. It doesn't really show it again on the camera, but it's a long way out there. And he's
Tony. This would be a great 2. Oh.
that's sort of the range I expect Tony to make. You'd almost walk away from it thinking, oh, he's put that one in again. I mean, it's well outside the circle, but he just has a habit of popping those in.
Gotta love it. Blythe went long, and he was coming back for his 2. And he went quite
He
a bit
did.
long.
He was ace running again. I think he had a
Yeah,
thing for
right.
the aces this weekend. Kept on running everything.
There's Josh cleaning up his par. I was worried about pars once those guys hit those trees, but that big tree, they seem to pitch out pretty
Yeah,
easily.
it's got a lot easier actually. They'll thin the trees out there, the course owner, a couple of years ago, and it's become a lot easier than it used to be. They used to be horrible. If you were in there, you could get stuck in them. But
Gotcha.
there's roots out down the bottom now a bit more. Difficult to film roots because you can't even see them in the trees, but yes, easy to throw out.
So it looks like we got a small straight, and then Tony leading everybody else by 5 strokes or something like that. The hole 7.
So this is the old blue course hole 7, which wasn't played in the first round, but the water's receded a bit, so we get to play it again. It's a lovely hole, playing along the River Avon. I think Tony's gone with a Firebird there after I told him to. There was
Nice.
a bit of banter in the second round, where he blamed me for getting him to use a Firebird and then got the birdie.
It worked
It
though
did.
this time.
It's got a chance of rolling the Firebird, that's the only thing, but I just love it for the distance, because it will get there and it will just stop normally.
Yeah.
Where you can push a mid-range
Kale?
a bit much.
It's a little short from him.
That's the mistake that
Oh.
happens on this hole. You tend to get a wind that whips up the hill, and if you raise it too high, you can go into that top field. Or it gets a bit straight on you, and you can turn it over into the river.
Ooh, sit.
Going long isn't normally the mistake. That is... Ooh.
Where'd he go?
There's
Where
out
was
of
it?
bounds down there, I don't know.
Really?
Because the river is all the way down that right-hand side.
Gotcha.
So Maxime's going to be throwing a putter at probably his own again here. He throws them well.
Beautiful.
He does throw them well.
Oh,
what a roll.
No. Really?
Oh,
Really?
that is so
there's James.
unfair. We actually had the rope in slightly because of the flooding, so normally it would be another metre or so further. It
Aw.
would be fine. I feel horrible for him on that one.
You even think like what's gonna roll and what's
Yeah,
not?
that should have
you
been.
know.
Oh, what a putt!
Yeah. That was a
That's a scary putt as well. You've got terrible footing because you're on the slope to begin with, and then you're looking at the river. You could easily airball it past to the river from up there.
Oh, I thought I was gonna say par.
You can just see the
Good bid though.
second card up there on Hawk's Nest, up on the next tee.
Oh, that's why James was around there.
There was probably a bit of a hold up at this stage. There quite often is.
Looks like Maxime and Blythe are going to be taking some 4s. They'll both be losing 2 strokes to Mikhail and Josh, and probably Tony.
Always Tony.
Always Tony.
I don't know if he makes it, but I'm sure he does.
Yeah, he's too close not to, right? There's our friend Noah.
Yeah, paddling on well. He's, I think he stays with it throughout the tournament. He doesn't really drop away at all, so he keeps around that second card the whole way.
Nice. Yeah, Tony's got that one all day.
Almost got a bit tasty on
I
him.
thought about coming back out.
So they're just walking up the steps now to the Hawk's Nest, which is named after Håkan Arnason from Iceland, who you might know, Ian, who is the mentor to these guys, the man that's done so much over in Iceland. He's a great friend of Quarry Park and Derek and the course in general. And a couple of years ago, we'd had a tee up there, but it was sketchy. He just went, I'm just going to build you a new tee. And he went and built a new tee, so it became the Hawk's Nest.
Really?
Because this is an iconic hole for Quarry Park. It's one of the changes to the black course that came in about 8 or 9 years ago that we created. It's very nice.
This looks really cool.
It's such a lovely hole, this. You've got the river away down the left side. You've got big trees to the right. Stream across the middle. Ooh.
Josh trusting it. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
don't do
buddy. I would not have trusted it that much.
I'm not believing the 106 metres. It's about 115 metres, this one. Quite far down.
Okay.
But I like the play. I think he's gone for it there with a mid-range rather than a driver.
Yeah.
So you're...
Yeah, I think I'm throwing like a buzzer on this all day,
this
right?
Is where I throw one of our Duchesses a lot. I think Blythe has probably thrown a mid there as well. He'll be throwing a rock.
Doesn't like it, but he's dry at least.
And that is going to be Maxime and a zone.
Oh, buddy. Really?
I don't know how he does it. I just don't understand how he makes it fly like that, but he does.
Just throw it real hard,
this
I
is
guess,
it.
man.
Throw it as hard as
Dang.
you can throw it. But it's a lovely, lovely hole here. The views you've got from the top are beautiful, and the whole setup of the hole.
No doubt. There's Josh. He'll take his 4 and move on.
I'm not quite sure what gap Blythe saw on that one, because there aren't any. So
Did it work?
I'm not sure if it did. We didn't see it come out, so I'm not that hopeful for it. It's
That's true.
deep in there. It's really deep.
Mikhail? Should be good too. Ah, buddy.
It's the camera's a bit deceptive there. He's still a good 12, 15 metres away. Oh, so he got through most of the way.
Yeah.
Here, Blythe.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, good recovery.
Good par after that drive. This will be Mikhail's par save. Or hopefully anyway. Don't think he needed chains on that one.
Oh, I thought he missed it. Toe curling.
Oh, man. It was a Garrett girthy putt right there. Just put it in the bucket, not the basket. Maxime. Good too, dude.
When he's playing that, I love watching him when he's playing that. You can see how he used to fight with Simon when he's on. He's good. He went out of the sport for about 2 or 3 years. He didn't play. And he came back maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and he's made a big splash in the European scene coming back in, because he's a quality player. He should be a nicely 1,000-plus player.
No doubt. Hole 9. Are we still in the short position?
Slightly longer position. Still not quite as we'd like it, but we managed to take the tee back lunchtime on the Saturday so we put down a new Astro tee. So we get a bit of the S-curve. It's still possible to throw the hyzer, which is a bit of a shame. You can see the normal tee just to the right of Maxime there. But we laid this one out at the lunchtime. And it's just asking for a bit of the S-curve shape, so you can see him putting a bit on there. But it's such a shame with this hole, because when you're in that normal tee position, to attack that basket, which you can do, you've got to do this high S-curve, and it's just such a lovely shot to watch. But Tony's just cheating the hole with the big old hyzer, which I don't think I was expecting on catch cam. And
did he get there?
He did, yeah. I thought he was going to go the normal
Really?
low route. I wasn't expecting him to go up that way.
Yeah,
This
sure.
is what I want to see, that shot.
Oh, this is
That's pretty.
beautifully shaped by
That is
Mikhail.
pretty.
Oh, buddy.
Oh!
Oh, no!
Oh,
What?
that is horrible.
Oh,
Mikhail. Oh, you've been robbed. That was
Like
such
when
a
you're
good
walking
shot.
back, like, hey, your disc is rolling. You're like, really, man?
That again might be a bit sort
Why?
of, no, that's good. That's good.
Is it?
Oh
Okay,
no,
nice.
he might have gone long OB.
Oh. And Josh is just going
If he gets past that corner, it's good.
Oh! What happened right there, man?
Good.
So
I
many
don't
ace runs,
really know
man.
how that got there, but wow.
Yeah, I think it kicked off a tree or something. It looked like it did something. I don't know. Mikhail punished by that roll. He was just robbed of a stroke there after a great drive.
On that one, because that was glide. Again, it's a steep slope there, and it's camera doesn't quite show you how far off he was. He's probably outside the circle on that part. He just
Yeah, he definitely was, because
puts him away.
Blyer jumped one in right after him, right? Maxime?
Oh, Maxime. As you say, he doesn't use his legs at all, does he?
He needs to use his legs, man. Like, he really does. Like,
He's hitting the bucket each time, so he's just not getting that oomph.
Yeah. I feel like you dude.
Oh, that is the
dude.
most horrible Badogi.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Oh,
Brutal.
I'm gutted for him.
I always feel like legs are like free
Right.
accuracy. Like you can push yourself straight at the basket and use less of your arm, which is the weird levers,
Just
you
in
know.
everything, every part of the sport. Legs are your friend. Use them.
Yeah, he's using them on his drive. He's got to get him into that putt, man.
He uses everything
Yeah.
on his drive.
Yeah, he rips. But some nice birdies there. But that is all we got for part one. As always, thank you a bunch, my friend.
Thank you very much.
And we will catch you guys in round 3, part 2. Thanks for watching.